If you're wondering when your baby's going to take that first glorious step, or you're concerned that they're not yet walking, then this video is for you. Babies actually need to achieve a series of other milestones before they can even think about walking. And it's by achieving these milestones that babies develop the strength and skills like balance and coordination, which is required to walk. Once you know what these individual mini milestones are, you can celebrate your baby's significant achievements and know that your baby is getting one step closer to walking. So in this video, I'm going to cover what milestones your baby will achieve on the way to taking their first step. But before we get into it, make sure you click on that free PDF document in the description box below, which covers the developmental milestones you can be expecting for your little one. It'll give you an invaluable peace of mind, as you'll know when to be expecting skills and when to be concerned. As with all things in regards to the baby's development, your baby is going to walk when they are ready. But on the way to walking, your baby will first learn how to sit upright. Now, sitting is a really important, vital skill that your baby learns, because when they're sitting, your baby is learning how to contract both sides of the body so that they can keep their torso and their head upright and stay in that position. And once they get comfortable in this position, you'll notice that your baby will start to reach out and grab and interact with toys. Now, sitting typically starts anywhere from 6 months of age, and initially it is really quick. So your baby may sit for a short period of time and then topple over, but as they develop that strength and skill to keep their body upright, they will stay in that position for a longer period of time. The next stage is crawling. So babies typically achieve this skill anywhere from 6 to 10 months of age. Now, what's important to know is there's a variety of different crawling techniques your baby may use, or they may skip it completely. Now, when your baby first starts to crawl, they might start to push their body backwards, and then as they get stronger, they will be able to pull their body in a forward direction. Now, when your baby gets really confident in crawling, you will notice that they start to crawl over to a coffee table or the furniture or you and start to pull themselves up into standing. So this is another significant achievement. So your baby's ability to pull themselves up from the ground into standing can occur anywhere from 9 months to 12 months of age. And what this is doing is really, it's the first step to getting your baby up onto their legs and walking. So once your baby pulls themselves up into standing, they will then stand while holding onto that furniture, such as the coffee table, the lounge, or yourself. And they're holding on to you with the 2 hands. And what you will notice is initially your baby's legs are really far apart. And that's because it's providing them with a wide base of support, and those legs tend to be locked, and then they will just kind of fall back to the ground. They have no control of being able to lower themselves onto the ground initially, because that is a really hard skill that they will eventually learn. But as they get more and more comfortable in standing while holding onto something, your baby will start to bring those legs closer together, and they will start to let go of whatever they're holding with one hand initially at first. So there's still one hand grabbing the item, but they're letting go with that one hand and maybe turning around to grab the toy behind them, or reaching out to grab the toy that's on the lounge or the coffee table. After mastering the skill of standing, your baby is going to move on to cruising. So cruising is when your baby walks by taking steps to the side while holding onto furniture. And this typically happens anywhere from 9 to 12 months of age. What you'll notice when your baby first starts to cruise is that those steps are initially quite small and hesitant, and they're not reaching out very far with that arm. But as they get stronger and more confident in this position, they will reach out further with that arm, start to take longer strides, and start to cruise for further distances. You'll also notice that your baby may start to cruise between furniture. So they're comfortable enough to reach out and touch another piece of furniture and then take that bigger step to move on to the next furniture item. After cruising for a little while, babies tend to become more and more confident and start to walk in a forward direction with support. So that's often when they will use a baby push walker or any type of furniture at your house. But basically what your baby is doing is holding on to something, and it might be that furniture, the baby push walker, or your hands, to give them the support and encouragement to walk. So my preference in this instance is actually to give a baby a push walker, because it's still helping them work on their dynamic balancing skills Whereas if you're holding their hand, you're kind of compensating for their balance because you're never going to let your baby fall. But it's giving your baby the overall confidence to continue to practice walking and build up that strength and endurance so that one day your baby is just going to stop holding on to that item and start walking by themselves. Most children take their first steps around their first birthday. It can certainly happen before, but typically it starts anywhere from 12 to 15 months of age. Now what you will notice is when your baby first starts to walk, those legs are really far apart, and that's to give them a wide base of support. You will also notice that their arms are up high in the air, and when they're walking, their arms are going up and down, and that's to try and ensure that they're maintaining their balance. So if their baby falls to one side, those arms will shoot up to try and bring their body back into the middle and not fall over. Your baby is going to fall a lot of times when they first start walking, and initially it's just going to be a few steps, and then as they get stronger and more coordinated and able to maintain that balance, those steps will turn into multiple steps. And as they get more and more comfortable in walking, you'll notice that their legs start to come together and those hands come down, and they will start to walk while holding onto toys. So those are the milestones your baby is going to progress through on their way to taking their first steps. Have lots of fun chasing your little one around the house and ensuring that they're not getting into trouble. Make sure you click on that free PDF document in the description box below, and hopefully I'll see you next week where I'll share more parenting tips and tricks.